Hello everybody, here we are at Newmont Slate, up here in the Slate Valley. Near Pulteney, Paulet, Vermont, West Paulet, Fairhaven. I don't know, it doesn't go much further than that, does it?
No, a little bit.
A little bit. Here with our buddy Lucas, Slate Valley Supply, up visiting the mothership, I guess I could call it.
Yes.
Yes. Checking out what's available, who's quarrying, what's being produced, just the general things. So what do you think? How's it look for this year?
It looks good. I think the people are getting back on track, and all the nervousness is kind of settled out, and we're in for a busy year.
Yeah.
It appears.
Well, I always make the analogy too. Most of the stuff that we're involved in, by the time they get their permit, their financing, and then getting ready for us, the roof, it's usually 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
So like I'm doing a job in Princeton, for instance, they started it probably 3 or 4 years back by the time with all the permitting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really not impacted. What will happen 3 or 4 years from now? Well, that may be a whole different story. But
Yes.
as it is now, I see the stability. The numbers are good and good and busy. So, have you been doing much of the lightweight?
A little bit here and there.
Yeah.
It's a growing segment of our industry and our business, and I think it's going to continue to grow. I think
Yep,
there's
me
a
too.
lot of homes out there that can't take the weight of a traditional roof, and it's a great alternative.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we were down when we were in Charleston for the NSA meet. I think a lot of people were surprised when we all, basically the ones that are involved in it, said, no, this is a segment it's there and it's definitely growing. I mean, there's probably more activity, I would say, in the lightweight, for per se, growing than the traditional.
Yeah, and I think everybody thought cladding would take off more than it has, but I think the lightweight has taken off a lot better than cladding was going to.
Yeah, I'm seeing quite a bit of cladding. I still am. I've got a number of jobs going, but you're right. I still think that's lagging more than I would have thought, because it's that thing starting over in Europe, and a lot of the stuff that starts in Europe comes over here. IKEA, those type of things, and catches on big. But it's a wait and see. Also, it's a new product.
Yeah.
But so, did you get to see everybody in the valley?
Did. Got to see. Like to come up every couple months, check in on people. Well, not a lot changes. Small things do change, and they add up. And it's always good to see what everybody's doing, and just say hello, and have a beer.
Right. That's usually it. And then we have our good friend from Spain over here. Be Natural, Julian. Come on over, Julian.
He's a shy guy.
He's shy. Yep. We gotta have to coax him, or
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I've met you before, I think.
Did you? Ah, hello guys.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Good. We're just kind of going over what's been happening in the industry, how the lightweight has been picking up a bit, and how the numbers still are up and still good and busy. So, not all that much has changed in that way. So, the import numbers, I think, are still up in the air until we get this tariff thing straightened out. But still strong. I mean, the demand, I'm selling a fair amount of the Spanish. The demand is there. And what did you find when you were around the valley this last couple of days?
Well, I think that's there is a bit of a pause probably at the moment, but there is some very nice projects coming up, and there is some very large projects for the near future. So we just hope that these all things about tariff, people doesn't really know what's going to happen. But listen, we live with it, and we are still as interested as exporting Spanish slates into the US as buying and purchasing Vermont natural slates to bring into Europe. So I mean, on both ways, it looks like it's going to be another good year.
Yeah, I definitely see more Spanish being used this past year or so. The numbers I got to be up. I don't know. I haven't checked the import numbers, but it's getting more and more recognized. So pretty good. Other than that, say hello to our customers. Again, this is, we all know Be Natural, Julian, great friend, great company.
Stay here.
Stay here, and Lucas from Vermont,
Yeah.
Slate Valley Supply. Okay. Thank you all, and keep in touch.
Thank you.